Alrighty. Whoa, that's a lot of me. What's up, everybody? There's the right tab. So, yesterday I sort of kicked things off by going over all the white cards, but now we have people like Noxus and CGB putting out their set reviews, and there's plenty of set reviews out there, so I'm sure if y'all want one, or if y'all do want one from me, I guess y'all can ask, but we're gonna skip all that today. Today we're just gonna hop right into talking about the decks, because that's what that's what this stream is meant for. So yesterday we talked about our Nichols Grixis Planeswalker and our Esper Zombies. We didn't get to the Frank Kirsten's 3-turn Jund Thud, but I have made two more decks, two more War of the Spark themed decks. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into this one that I didn't happen to get into yesterday. It is a really awesome idea for a deck, and I will post this link right here in chat, so everyone that's interested in reading his take on this deck and how it actually gets to the 3-turn kill, we can share that together. So let me paste that. But yeah, I guess y'all could have also just copied the link, but that seems like a bit much. So the basic idea for this is to take your Dreadhorde Butcher, which you play on turn 2, and you swing in for the 1 damage, right? So they're down to 19, as well as putting a +1/+1 counter on your Dreadhorde Butcher. So it's a 2/2 now. Then come turn 3, you I think they said you Colossus it, and then it becomes what, from a 2/2 it becomes a 6/4, and then when it attacks it deals, you know, the 6 damage, so they're down to 13, and then you thud them, and it's up to 7 at that point. So you're dealing the 7 from the Dreadhorde Butcher, which it deals damage equal to its power to any target when it dies. So 7 from Dreadhorde and then 7 from Thud. So that finishes them out quite easily. And then the other alternative choice is by using Dreadhorde Arcanist, and essentially what you do is you play him on turn 2, and on turn 3 you play your Colossus before you go to attack with this card. You attack, play Colossus, and I forget what it was. I forget what the rest of the combo with Dreadhorde Arcanist is, but you can read it right here. Would deal 9 damage. Afterward you can thud for another 9. That's not lethal, but then shock, you know, finishes it off, so it's still a turn 3 kill with either Dreadhorde Arcanist or Dreadhorde Butcher. So this is just a deck that I'm going to be trying out, and I believe that he put it in the Jund Warrior style deck. Or maybe it's just Jund. Yeah, it's not really focused on warriors. Not quite sure why the Biogenic upgrade's in there. Maybe for the Dreadhorde Butchers and the Krinkos, I guess. Well, I mean, it works on the Growth Chamber Guardians and this Gruul Spellbreakers. So yeah, could be a very fun deck, and one that I'm certainly interested in checking out. But again, this is not my deck. I did not come up with this idea. It was Frank Kirsten, so full credibility goes to him, but it looks super spicy, super fun, and it is only running 23 lands, so absolutely 0 basic lands, so take note of that. So, and Frank Kirsten is a pro player. If you want to read more about him, underneath the article you can read, you know, all about his accomplishments. So that's going to be the Frank Kirsten deck. And again, I just wanted to get it out of the way because we didn't go over it yesterday, and I said we would, and I just got to feeling like, you know what, I'm not feeling the stream too much. I streamed for an hour and I was getting tired, so just decided to turn it off. But here is a very janky deck, but a deck that I wanted to go ahead and make nonetheless, and is a deck based entirely around this card right here, Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. I don't know if I can, well, I can kind of zoom in, but I don't know if y'all can read that still. So, creature and planeswalker spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. So basically they get cheaper with every artifact you have out. So the idea is to have out a whole lot of artifacts, and in this case we're going for treasures. So we're going to be playing things like Treasure Map, like Smothering Tide, like Spell Swindle, which Spell Swindle obviously gets cheaper for every treasure map and every Fountain of Renewal you have out, so it's sort of works fantastic in that sense. Also makes God Pharaoh's statue cheaper, which it can get cheap all the way to the point of being 0, and that's just insane, right? Because spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast, which is a huge detriment to your opponent. And at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life. So if you have 2 of these out, all of your opponent's spells cost 4 more to cast, which is impossible really to play against. And then at the beginning of your end step, you'll be dealing 2 damage every turn. So if you can't manage to win with your other cards that you'll be playing, like Karn's Constructs, then you can pull out God Pharaoh's statue and win with him. I guess it's not a living being, it's a statue. So yeah, we'll go ahead and hop, I guess, through as we should be going through on the deck, but I wanted to give you all a quick overview as to what I'm really trying to accomplish with this deck. So I do have 2 copies of Opt in here, and it's sort of to help our mana curve a little bit. Also, it helps us scry, draw cards, so if we're looking for something specific, it helps us keep from not getting flooded, all that kind of good stuff. So then we have Fountain of Renewal, very cheap artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, gain 1 life. We can also pay 3, sacrifice, Fountain, and draw a card. So excellent 1 mana artifact, in my opinion. Probably the best. This and Navigator's Compass are just insanely huge value. Navigator's Compass not so much if you're not fucked on lands, but if you're like me and you just refuse to use your wild cards on rare lands, then it's pretty good. So moving down to 2 drops, we got 3 copies of Treasure Map, Ye Old Faithful. Pay 1, scry 1, and you put a landmark counter on it. When it hits 3, it turns into, well, I really wish it would show it here, but it turns into a treasure cove. And then you also get 3 treasure tokens, which are going to help with all of our artifact extravaganzas. So we do have Finale of Glory as a 1-con as well. Obviously, we're going to be trying to get a whole lot of treasure tokens out. So once we have so many, we can cast this out and get a whole bunch of angels and soldiers. We have a Finale of Eternity, more so as board wipes. You don't really have a whole lot of creature cards you want to be returning. Really, I think we only have 3 creatures in the deck. Well, I was seeing if it'd give me a quick count. But yeah, I think Flux Chandler is the only creature we actually have. So I've been thinking about taking out Finale of Eternity, but I kind of want to try out the Finale cards. This just may not be the best deck for it. So moving us down, we have 3 copies of Dovin's Veto. Really strong card. It's a negate that can't be countered, right? It's a bit harder to cast, but we're already playing in an Esper deck, so it's okay. We do have 3 copies of Absorb for some more control. We have 3 copies of Flux Chandler, either to help us buff up our Ugin or our Karn or our Tezzeret. We're playing a decent bit of creatures, so that's perfectly fine. And then we have Ye Old Faithful Karn. Everyone should be very familiar with that card by now. We have Smothering Tithe, which came out in the Ravnica Allegiance set. And basically whenever an opponent draws a card, they either pay 2 or we create a colorless treasure artifact. So moving us down, we have 2 copies of Kaya's Wrath. Great board wipe, pretty much the end. 2 copies of Spell Swindle. 1 copy of Revel in Riches, which is going to which is going to help with our Kaya's Wrath, as well as removing some of our opponent's stuff. Whenever our opponent's creature dies, create a colorless treasure artifact. Also, if we control 10 or more treasures, we win the game. So, and 10 treasures, really not that hard to get to with all the cards that are out now. So, moving us down, we have Ugin the Ineffable. Colorless spells you cost 2 less to cast. I'm sorry, I read that all out of order. So it'll help with like Karn, your God Pharaoh statue. But it is a Planeswalker coming down with 4 loyalty off the bat, and we can exile the top card of our library face down and look at it and create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature. Whenever the creature dies, we get the card into our hand. So it's okay. It's okay as a +1. But then we can -3 and destroy a target permanent that's 1 or more colors. So any target permanent. pretty much. That's not an artifact, which, to be quite honest, I don't see a whole lot of people give an artifact love come this set. So -3 to kill anything, planeswalker, creature, you know. Destroy target permanent, that's one or more colors. So that's even a land, right? Just seems really, really strong. So we'll see. Maybe we can proliferate the fuck out of Eugen and just board wipe our opponent, you know. But nonetheless, we have Bolas's Citadel, because I find this card to be very interesting as well. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play the top card of your library. If you cast a spell this way, you pay life equal to its converted mana cost rather than pay its mana cost. So can be a huge way for you to get out cards without really paying for them. Especially if you already have Tezzeret down and a card costs 0, like God-Fearer's Statue, because you have so many artifacts down. I'm not quite sure if that's exactly how it would work, or if it would just take the base 6. But if you do have to end up paying 0, then it's excellent. And then furthermore, we can sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life. So essentially, if we have 20 non-land permanents, be it creatures or treasure or artifacts, whatever, you know, whatever it may be, then we can obviously, you know, 2-turn kill our opponent with Bolas's Citadel. God-Fearer's Statue I've already went over. Tezzeret I've already went over. So yeah, just a fun, sort of fun janky style deck. Let me go back to 0 here so we can actually see the screen in full. And let me know if I should swap around where my camera is. So that's gonna be that. We can go back all the way to this one, Feather the Redeemed. This is a deck I'm actually super excited for. It seems spicy. So kind of, hold up 1 minute. Okay, sorry. Alright, so kind of similar to Frank Kirsten's deck where you're trying to just smash face. It doesn't win in 3 turns, but it is very, well, I guess you could still win in 3 turns if, well, 4 turns if you still play the Dreadhorde Colossus combo. But the cards that we're focusing on here is going to be 10th District Legionnaire, and then obviously Feather the Redeemed. So what happens here is 10th District Legionnaire is a 2-mana 2/2 with haste, and whenever you cast a spell that targets 10th District Legionnaire, put a +1/+1 counter on 10th District Legionnaire, and then scry 1. And this is an all for an uncommon, so super useful. And we're going to be using cards like Colossus, you know, to make 10th District Legionnaire 6/4 plus the +1 counter and make it a 7/5. Then we also get to scry on top of that, right? So that's a really good turn 3. It's not a turn 3 win, but it is a really good turn 3. Then we have things like Domri's Ambush, which put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. So that'll put 1 +1/+1 counter. And then due to the effect of Legionnaire, put another +1/+1 counter. So you're essentially giving it 2 +1/+1 counters, making it a 4 already. Getting the scry and getting to remove something. So Domri's Ambush, fantastic. We have Huatli's Raptor to help us proliferate our creatures that get the +1/+1 counters, like Krenko, like 10th District, or help our Planeswalker Gideon. Just a lot of synergies in this deck, I like to think. We also are playing Rubble Belt Rioters, which seems a bit more risky, right? Definitely a bit more risky, which is why we only have 2 copies in the deck. But still, could be a fun card. Comes down for 3 mana as a 0/4 with haste. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So say we've gotten our 10th District up to being a 7/5, right? We attack with it, we throw down Rubble Belt Rioters, and we're attacking with this card as well. Granted, it's not going to have trample, neither one of them have trample. You know, it's still going to be a huge swing, a 7/4 and a 7/5 coming at them very, very early. I think possibly, what, you could hit that turn, I don't think turn 3, maybe turn 4 or 5 you could hit that. if you played Llanowar. Maybe we should be playing Llanowar. It just seems a bit slow for the deck. Nonetheless, we also have Neheb. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this creature's name, but nonetheless, 4 mana for a 5/4 trample, already pretty solid, right? And then whenever this card deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you may discard any number of cards. If you do, draw that many cards and add that much red mana. So, and you don't lose that mana throughout the phases until the end of your turn. So basically just a loot generator, I guess. If we have a whole bunch of lands that we don't want, or cards that aren't really going to help us, which I don't really see happening too much, I guess, unless we drew too many instant or sorcery spells, you know, not enough creatures, which I think there's a fair mix in this. Again, I can't see I can't see the number of creatures and all that here. That seems like I should be able to see that somewhere, right? Aether Hub's generally pretty good about... Okay, here we go. So 22 creatures, 14 instants and sorceries, and 2 planeswalkers in Gideon. So should be very, very fun and very interesting. And now for the fun part of the stream, where I ask y'all what ideas y'all have so far. What decks would y'all like for me to play come, what is it, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday will be the event. So any ideas from the crowd, any deck ideas that y'all like to see played? If none are offered up, I will just start crafting or creating some that I've been thinking of. We'll go through, probably create 1, 2, maybe 3, and then we may hop on to MTG Arena and do some draft, because I've been feeling very, very drafty, and it's not just because I have the window open either. So we will see. Let's at least get back to my decks. And obviously this is going to be a War of the Spark style deck, and we'll say it's a chat deck. Try to get y'all involved with it. We don't have to worry about setting any of the tags. So the annoying thing with Aether Hub is we are going to have to enter the cards one by one, you know, Dreadhorde, whatever, enter it, and then boom, 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 add it up. Which we obviously don't want to be playing 5 copies of something. But yeah, so that's going to be how we have to do it. We'll go through and we'll look at some interesting cards that I haven't yet touched on that we may want to make a deck in. So a couple of ideas that I've been throwing around is Dimir zombies and Orzhov zombies and Rakdos zombies, because I'm just a huge zombie fan, y'all know that. So a mono green deck I've been thinking of, maybe even a wolf tribal if we can somehow throw one together. But yeah, mono green I really wanted to try because God Eternal Ronos is pretty good. Crunch Wrangler seems like it could be good. Mowu, I don't know. This big old hound that has the fucking shoulder muscles of a bodybuilder seems fun too. Plane-wide Celebration seems okay. I mean, really good, obviously, if you can get it off, but at like 7 mana, maybe there's something better. Vivian's Arcbow. So there's a lot of mono green cards that I'm really interested in and really excited for. Gleaming Overseer is a card I really want to try and use. Pretty much all the zombie synergies, though. I don't know why, I'm just such a huge fan. Ajani the Great-Hearted, I would love to get into a deck. I would love to do a Selesnya Proliferate deck if y'all are down. Oh, Tolsimir is also fun, so we could make a Tolsimir deck. Or Bioessence Hydra. There's just so many deck ideas, and there's of course Niv Mizzet. So Niv Mizzet, the Dragon Avatar. I think we'll save Niv Mizzet for when I can actually play with all the cards in MTG Arena, because that card's going to be very difficult for me to get a full range, if that makes sense, full range on every card I can play, and I'd certainly like to have a grand overview for that. So we may go for like a Selesnya Proliferate deck. That sounds pretty good, right? Alright, so we're going to want a Ajani the Great-Hearted. The question is how many? Creatures you control have vigilance, that's solid. +1, you gain 3 life. -2, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. Tolsimir is just solid in general. Like, even if you're not playing a wolf tribal, Tolsimir is pretty fucking solid. You gain 1 life for each creature. Pledge of Unity isn't bad either. It is instant speed. So let's go ahead and get a Johnny the Greathearted in. And we'll at least start out with 2 copies. If we end up adding more planeswalkers and whatnot, we can certainly add it. Huatli's Raptor is probably going in as a 4 of, right? How do I, what? How do you spell Huatli? There it is. Because that card is just so solid in a proliferate deck. 2 mana for a 2/3 with vigilance, and it proliferates when it enters the battlefield. Yeah. I don't think we want Huatli the Sun's Heart. I am thinking about Tolsimir though. Tolsimir is a fairly good card. Enters basically is 6 damage value because you get the Tolsimir plus the wolf, as well as being able to fight a creature if it's a low enough creature, and you gain the 3 life. So that's really strong. We'll see though. What other cards do we have dealing with proliferate and you know, just getting units out in general and green mana? There is Plane-Wide Celebration. And we do have Song of Freyles, which puts +1/+1 counters on all of your creatures, so it does kind of kick off a board-wide proliferate for you. So that could be really good. Or you gain 4 life, return target permanent. You get to choose 4 of them, so those are all pretty good. I think maybe we play 1 Plane-Wide Celebration. There's Plane-Wide Disaster as well. Alright. Paradise Druid, don't think is good enough. Nissa... for 5 mana, she's just so weak. Nissa's Triumph is... I mean... I don't know. If we're playing mono green, sure. New Horizons isn't terrible, as it does allow us to ramp to get to things like Plane-Wide Celebration. It also helps with us playing Selesnya colors, and it kicks off Proliferate, so maybe we play New Horizons. We'll see. Do we play Mowu? I think so. He's just a solid card, right? He, she, it, whatever the fuck the sound is. Because yeah, if 1 or more +1 counters would be put on Mowu, put that many +1. So whenever we go to proliferate, he'll get 2 +1/+1 counters on him. So we'll at least throw him in there as a 2 of. This is basically how I craft my decks as well. I'll go through and see what all cards I want to play first, and then I come back and I make them more realistic, somewhat. I mean, God Eternal Ronos could just be like the end cap for us. We'll come back to it though. Finale, Devastation. Okay, Evolution Sage should obviously go in. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Very, very strong. Ooh, I don't know how to spell today. Okay, so there's more than I thought. Evolution Sage, there it is. Probably has like a 3 of, right? Maybe even a 4 of. That's a really, really strong effect. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then proliferate. That's not bad. Again, I want to get a wider view of what all I'm playing before I just start playing things. So look at the top 3 cards of your library, reveal permanent, and gain 3 life. Bond of Flourishing is actually really good. Bloomhulk, not terrible. Awakening of V2 Ghazi could work, because it already comes in with, what, 9 counters on it, so it's gonna get to proliferate. Arlen's just so costly, right? Like, sure, if we're playing 3 copies of Arlen and 3 copies of Tulsamir, like, she's okay. Then the wolf comes in as a 4/4, and you can proliferate it, so that's not bad. And you have things like Arlen's wolf. Where are we sitting at mana-wise? You also have things like the Explore package, right? That just has natural counter building on it that kind of works really well with proliferate. Let's go look at our white cards and see what we have to work with there, shall we? Exile target creature, then proliferate. For 5 mana, it's not really where I want to be. Real non-combat damage that we dealt to you and other planeswalkers or other permanents you control. Target creature. That's not bad. Rising Populace would be pretty easy to get a counter on, right? Because our other creatures are probably going to be dying. Prison Realm is actually pretty good. So we might be playing Prison Realm as like a 2 or 3 of, although we're also going to have access to like Conclave Tribunal, and we're going to have a whole lot of creatures that all have Vigilance thanks to a Johnny. Maybe we still play Prison Realm as a 2 of though. At least test it out, right? There's Parhelion. Not really the kind of deck we're going for though. Martyr for the Cause dies, proliferate. Not really where we want to be at. Makeshift Battalion. At least 2 other creatures attack with +1/+1. Okay, so Makeshift Battalion could actually work here. Throw in 2 of them. How many cards are we at? 16 plus 24. We're at 40, so we still have 20 cards pretty much to play with. That's fine. We're probably going to want Grateful Apparition, honestly. Does combat damage to a player or planeswalker, proliferate. So let's probably play it as a 4 of, and then see if we can have some way to actually get up and play it. We need some 1-drops in the deck, that's for sure. We're up to 44 cards. Gideon Oathsworn might not be bad. Gideon the Oathsworn. Yeah, let's throw in at least 1 copy of Gideon. Oh wait, is it comma? Yeah, it is comma. Go back. I messed up. Gideon the Oathsworn. So we'll play at least 1 copy of him. Probably a copy of Gideon Blackblade as well, just because he's such a huge beefy creature and he can keep our creatures alive, so there he is. So we're up to 4 planeswalkers. I feel like that's enough to proliferate with. We may want to go up to 5 and play 2 copies of Blackblade. Gideon's Battlecry. As much as I hate to say it because of how much I ragged on it the other day, I think we might try 1 copy of Gideon's Battlecry. I really don't think it's going to be that good, but you never know. There it is. So we'll play it as a 1 of. We have, what, 13 cards left to play with? Battlefield Promotion could be okay. It does start us up with the proliferate. Johnny's Prodmate's pretty good as well. How much health are we actually gaining here though? Not a whole lot. But hell, you add in 2 of Johnny's Welcomes, 2, 3 of Johnny's Welcomes, you're doing alright. And we do have Plane-Wide Celebration, and we have a Johnny the Great-Hearted, so yeah, I think we do throw in a Johnny Prodmate. Oh, shit, forgot the apostrophe S, but I saw it right there towards the end. So what, that's 17 creatures? Our creatures are what? 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4? That's not a bad spread. Alright, now we have 10 cards left to play around with, and I'm thinking those come in on our instants and sorcery. So we're probably going to want to be playing Unbreakable Formation, right? Gives all of our creatures +1/+1 counter on it. At least as a 2 of. Do we want to play... can't think of the name of it now. Song of Freyalise. Want to play Song of Freyalise? Are we going to be tapping our units to gain mana? If we do, what are we putting out? I mean, it could help us get to a Gideon's Oathsworn. We'll play a Song of Freyalise on turn 3, though. Realistically, we only have 1 creature out. Maybe it helps us get to the Greathearted. Or Mowu. Or maybe we just play things like Conclave, right? Conclave Tribunal. So we're playing a lot of creatures. So what, we have 6 cards left. We're going to want some card draw. Let me go back onto MTG Arena. We can need to free up a deck slot. Let's delete that Abs and Knights deck. Alright. And what was I looking for? Counters? Paladin of Atonement's not bad. That's a pretty easy card to... And Gird for Battle, I actually put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures for 1 mana. That really kicks off your Proliferate. Triumph of Gerald is okay. We could also just play Classic Ajani, right? I kind of like Classic Ajani. At least as a 1 of. So wait. Johnny, Adversary of Tyrants. Oh, it deleted everything I had typed. Well, that's not good. Johnny. Hey. Alright, so we're up to 5 Planeswalkers now. Spread out fairly well. Again, we could go up 1 in Black Blade and see how that does. Let's see. Recommends 26 lands right now. We do have 0 1-drops. We have, what, 5 cards left to deal with? So we could put in 2 Ajani's Welcomes and still have 3 cards left for something. Maybe we do play Song. Maybe we play 3 copies of Ajani's Welcome and 2 copies of Song of Freyalise. Let's go back to our green cards real quick. Courage and Crisis. I just don't know if it's good enough. Again, God Eternal Ronos could just be an end cap for us. Or we could go for Vivian's Arcbow. Are we playing enough creatures? Not really, we only have 18. So, Alright, let's throw some of Johnny's Welcomes in. There it is. Still recommends 25. What's it called? Lands, huh? Wrong thing. A lot of the legions, okay. Venerated Loxodon, not bad. So we have in green mana. There's Pelt Collector, Song, as I already mentioned. We could also just get things that get +1/+1 counters naturally, like Wild Growth Walker. So if we wanted to do a Selesnya Wild Growth Walker Explore package and proliferate on top of that, that could be very doable as well. Oh, Biogenic Upgrade could work well. Biogenic Ooze could work well. World Soul Colossus isn't bad. Yeah, we could just go with the Biogenic Ooze. Don't really have enough room left for the Wild Growth Walker, but we could use a Pelt Collector, maybe. Let's look back at what we have so far in our deck. Look, we need more ways to put +1/+1 counters on our creatures, right? Maybe we'll go up in Unbreakable Formation. It's 35, and we can try out Song. Alright. And this says 25 lands, ignore that. We're going to be playing in MTG Arena, so I don't think we'll need that many. So we're just playing Selesnya, so I believe the cards for that are like Sun Petal, yeah, Sun Petal Grove. And what's the other land for Selesnya? Temple Garden, right. Temple G? Yeah. Alright, so we'll put that up to 4. We'll throw in our forests. Actually, I'm sure we can probably just add it up. So we'd have like 8 forests and 8 plains. We could play some guild gates to offset that, so we could make sure to hit our mana more efficiently. So yeah, let's play 7. We'll play 2 guild gates as well. So plains. And then Selesnya guild gate. There it is. Alright, so that's gonna be our deck. Let's take a look at it. Kind of, I guess, mid-range. I'm not really sure on how this deck would play, but it seems mid-range-ish. Wow, y'all probably can't see that at all because the cards are so zoomed out. Have a whole lot of 2 and 3 drops. Whole lot. 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to be a very costly deck. Maybe I'm trying to be too greedy, right? Maybe we take out some of these 3 drops and some of the 4 drops and play some Llanowar Elves. It's a very cheap ramp card. We'll see. We'll play around with it more come time. So let me actually change this so I know what it is now that we're playing. So Selesnya proliferate. I think that's how you spell proliferate. Let's see. Yep, proliferate. Alright, sweet. So, done with that. Let's see, on to another one. And again, we'll start out naming it War. Chat deck is fine. So let's see, what other kind of deck is pretty fun besides Selesnya proliferate? I would like to try out the Wolf Tribal. obviously I'm very jank minded, so if y'all have some more serious decks that y'all like me to play, that'd be awesome. The Nico Bolas deck that I crafted was pretty serious, as well as the Featherlight, or Feather the Redeemed. Featherlight, I don't even know where I got that from. Yeah, Feather the Redeemed, that's kind of a serious deck. The Nico is kind of a serious deck. Esper Zombies, not really, but I hope it works out. We could go for just a Planeswalker deck, just a good old-fashioned Planeswalker deck. Just a Super Friends. Or we could try building Niv Mizzet, but again, I kind of want to wait on Niv Mizzet. We could build a Neoform Vanifar deck. Throw in things like Rolesque Apex Hybrid. Don't think we would really be playing Planeswalkers. It just doesn't, I don't know. Maybe Kiora, untap, target permanent. I don't know. The Simic Planeswalkers just don't seem that good to me. In my own personal opinion, of course that is. Again, we could go for like a Rakdos Zombies deck. We could go for an updated version of Mono Green Stompy, right? Things like Vivian's Arcbow. Vivian Champion of the Wilds, honestly, for 3 mana isn't bad. Being able to cast your creatures at instant speed does give you some versatility. I don't think we'll be playing Nissa. She's just not good. Lands you control have Indestructible. I mean, sure, you get a bunch of 3/3 land creatures with Indestructible. Am I missing something here? Whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional mana. Okay, but you already got to be up to 5. Well, maybe not if you're playing some Llanowar. The 3+1/+1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. Untap it, it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste. It's still land, so it can attack that turn. You get an emblem lands you control with Indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards. Battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. So you put every forest onto the battlefield that you have. Oh, that's in your library, not in your graveyard. But then what? You just hope that you can +1 her enough times that it matters? Like, what do you... We could try building a Nissa deck, but it's like... It's gonna be, what, Nissa and... probably Finale of Devastation. Maybe some way to proliferate or put extra counters on all your lands. That just doesn't seem that good. I am excited for God Eternal Ronas though. So maybe we just go for that. We can play like Crunch Wrangler, God Eternal Ronas, sort of a similar mono green Stompy to what we already have, but yeah, it just seems like green didn't get a whole lot of love in this set, right? I'm sorry, a lot of the stream is just going to be me like sort of sitting here awkwardly thinking and trying to plan out decks. Again, I mostly wanted to do this stream as like if y'all have any ideas on what decks I should be playing come Tuesday, please submit them here in the comments. I know deck building isn't nearly as fun when you can't do it in MTG Arena, as it is very, very easily accessible in there, but it is still interesting to see what people can come up with. We can make an Ilrog, I think that's how you pronounce this creature's name. Ilrog the Razeboar deck. Put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Maybe like a Groll Ilrog deck. Let's try it out. Oh wait. What? Isn't it? How the fuck do you spell this? LH. 1L. The raised boar. So we'll probably at least be playing 3 copies of him, right? Probably gonna want some Lana Wars to ramp into. Probably want Rhythm of the Wild so we can attack the turn he comes down. I think 3 copies should be fine. And we'll want cards that have effects from attacking, right? Or from entering the battlefield, one of the two. So, what else could work with this? Devouring Hellion seems very fun. Sacrifice any number of creatures or planeswalker. If you do, it enters with twice that many +1/+1 counters on it. So what? You need 18 damage, so you only have to sacrifice 9 things in order to make this a 20/20 creature. That's not hard. That's really not hard. Probably won't be playing Cyclops and Electromancer, right? Maybe we'll be going back and playing some cards that have already been out for a while to complement Ilrog. I mean, the Heb isn't bad, right? I got like a hair. Bloomholt may not be bad because whenever it enters the battlefield you proliferate and you are throwing down a 4/4, so that's a solid body attacker. Challenger Troll actually seems kind of interesting. I guess you could throw it down to really make them have to sacrifice things if you're playing against a go wide deck. I feel like God Eternal, Ronos, and Ilrog kind of work together. Whoa, Ronos has Death Touch? I didn't even realize that. That's really good. We'll at least be playing 2 copies of him as well. Because then if we go to attack with Ilrog, right, we can play the God Eternal Ronos, then Ilrog's going to get buffed up to a 12/12 with Vigilance, and we're going to have God Eternal Ronos attacking him, and get to play him next turn. That's, feels like those 2 cards were meant for each other. We're almost all the way done with the music. Maybe it's about time we go play some MTG Arena. We'll finish out this deck though. We've only made what, 1 thus far. Thundering Ceradox not bad. Give all of our creatures trample for the turn. Or Tolsimir actually might not be bad. If we go Naya. Think about it, you play Tolsimir, you get the wolf stays, but Tolsimir returns to your hand, and you also get to attack something with the wolf as well as... No, wait, do you get to attack something? No, because it'd just be Tolsimir that has haste. Well, you could attack something with the wolf, get Tolsimir back. That's not a bad combo. We could also play a Domri, Anarch of Bolas. Not bad either. Just about pulled my headphones out. Kind of like Tulsamir. But that's the only reason why we're delving into white mana. Is it really worth it? What are the creatures we got that we would be interested in playing down and attacking with instantly? Any of them? I'm glad that I'm at least getting, well, some Blade Angel wouldn't be terrible, but it is 6 mana, so it's not good at its base. Makeshift Battalion's not really that good. I mean, God Eternal Ketra would be good in a creature base. We could go like a Nikia God Eternal deck. We could just try that out here. So let's do that. Let's go Nikia the old ways. We're gonna have way too many top end cards here, just so y'all know. And God Eternal Ketra. Alright, we'll play 2 copies of her. Do we really need 2 copies though? Probably 1 copy of all the gods. Might want 2 copies of Ilrog still, so we can have the fun madness of it all. Seems okay. We might go up on 1 more of the God Eternals, either Ronos or Oketra. Okay, so we don't have too many cards in this set that's actually good to just come down and attack with, right? So let's go to MTG Arena and see what we can muster up. Let's go creatures, and let's look and see. We're playing Nikia as well, so we can play some higher end creatures, but we also need a way to ramp to Nikia, so maybe we play Druid of the Cow as well. Or actually, we could play 4 copies of Incubation Druid. That could be really good. Okay, so at least our mana curve is getting spiked down a little bit more. What's some other cheap cards that we want? Because we already have sort of a really big top end. We could play Zakama as well, and Zatalpa actually, but then we're sort of stretching it, right? Could just play the Explore package on top of what we already have, because then every time an Explore creature comes down, if we have a Wild Growth Walker, we could just continuously play down an Explore creature as long as they don't die in the attack phase. That's not bad. Does help us explore for lands. How many cards are we at? 18 plus 24 makes what? 42, so we still have 18 cards remaining. So if we play 4 copies of Wild Growth Walker, 4 copies of Merfolk Branchwalker, and at least 2 copies of Jade Light Ranger, that's 10 cards, so we'd only have 4 cards left to deal with. Well, that is very creature based. Something like Gruul Spellbreaker wouldn't be bad either though. Makes us have hex proof. Getting a free Goreclaw down could be really nice. It would make all of our God Eternal cards cheaper. And we could play it for free if we have Ilrog down. Gives everything trample. So maybe we do play Goreclaw, right? It's really good. Although we don't have any 4 drops yet. Okay, so Goreclaw. We play 3 copies of him, honestly. And what else do we want? Probably a Beast Whisperer, as we're playing a whole lot of cards. At least 1 or 2 copies of Beast Whisperer. 24 plus 23 is what, 47, so we still have 13 cards we can play around with. I feel like my math was off earlier whenever I did the explore package math. I don't think biogenic ooze is as good to just get down and do work with. Gigantosaurus could be really nice, but it's very, very costly as it's 5 green mana. Endrays could be fun to get down for free, right? Vigilance, Trample, Haste, all other creatures get +2/+2, and Vigilance and Trample. Getting it down for free certainly seems fun. Oh, you know what else could be fun? Fucking Polyraptor. Right? You get it down, you get to swing in. They either have to take the damage from Polyraptor, which is never fun, or they make another copy of Polyraptor, which gets to stay. Maybe we'll play 1 copy of Endrays, 1 copy of Polyraptor. What's our mana curve looking like? Kind of scary, honestly. Kind of terrible. But we'll do it anyways, because I like to have fun. So where is this Polyraptor? And Endrays. What? Oh, it's hyphened. It's hyphenated. Duh, chance. Okay, so probably still need a bit more cards to get ramped with. How many cards do we have left? 25 plus 24 is 49. We could honestly still play the Explore package and be fine, I think. So let's go Wild Growth Walker. This is a very old style deck though, right? Maybe we want to play something a bit newer as well in the deck. We could squeeze in, where's that fucking Domri at? Domri, Anarch of Bolas, right? Although the other Domri is only 4 mana. This makes it to where creatures can't be countered. The other Domri gives our creatures Riot. I kind of like Domri, Anarch of Bolas though, honestly. It helps us ramp into what we're trying to get to. So we'll play at least 2 copies. And what, that's 31. We have the Wild Growth Walkers, so we need the Jadelot Rangers as well as the Merfolk Branch Walkers. Is Branch Walker one word? It is. It is indeed. Playing at least 4 copies of those. Can't even tell where my Branch Walkers are at, honestly. There it is. So we have 4 copies. There's 5 copies. 24 plus 35 is, what, 59? So maybe we minus one of the... I really don't want to minus an Ilrog though, right? It's kind of the whole reason we started playing it. Then we kind of went into Nikia Ramp though, so... It's just I'd like to play 2 Jade Light Rangers. Maybe we play 23 lands. We do ramp very well. Yeah, we can try with 22 lands. Or 23 lands, not 22. Sorry, y'all know what I meant. It's okay. So let's go, what is it that we need? We need the Stomping Ground for sure. 4 copies of Stomping Ground, please. That's 5 actually, game. Just 4, just the 4. Rootbound Crag, we need 4 copies of as well. Sun Petal. I'll probably just go down and copy these later. And then what was it? Temple Garden? Not Temple. Where do I get the R's from? Okay, so if we go ahead and buff these both up to 4, save 4, that's 16 lands. We still need 8 more lands. What color combination am I missing here? Oh, we probably don't need as many green red, or no, as many red whites, but we probably will still need some red whites. So what is that? Sacred Foundry. And What is the other one? Whoa. Oh, right, because I have creatures selected. I'm going to say, why is it doing this to me? Clifftop Retreat. So, Clifftop. Okay. And then we can still play a basic land of everything, but I don't want to play a basic land of plains, I think. The only plains we have is God Eternal Ketra. And Nikia's. We really want to be playing God Eternal Ketra? We're not playing that many white cards. There's got to be some better creature cards that I'm just missing out on white, right? See creatures. Creatures that enter the battlefield, creatures that have attack effects. Dauntless isn't terrible. Getting repeating Forbidding Spirits down isn't terrible either, because then our opponent continuously has to pay 2 for every creature they want to attack with, and obviously we just never play him. What other cards? I mean, swinging in with the Leonin is pretty dope, right? It's a decent card to be getting down. I just want to make sure that our white mana isn't, there's like literally no use for it besides the God Eternal, because then like we could really just sub her out for another Gruul spell. Lyra's not terrible to just throw down an attack with, because she's just beastly in general. Let's look at our mana curve. Where am I at? Okay, if we take out a copy of Ilrog and probably take out the Polyraptor, right? It's either that or Endrays. And I feel like Polyraptor's not as good as Endrays. Alright, so we'll go down to 1 copy and then we can play 2 copies of, what was I literally just talking about? Oh yeah, War Leader. Inspiring Unicorn may not be bad either though. Get it down and attack for free. All of your creatures get +1/+1. Let's just go with the War Leader for now. We have what, 20 lands, so we still need to add in 3 more lands. Let's go forest. Probably want a mountain. We'll probably just go 2 forest, honestly. No, not another mountain, another forest. So that'll give us our 23 cards that we need, 23 land cards. I guess this is a mid-range? I don't really know. Not bad. Let's go back to edit. How many creatures are we playing? 32 creatures. And then 5 non-creatures. That's not bad. Oh, we could probably play a Vivian Arcbow in this deck, right? Let's see. Vivian's Arcbow, 2 mana, pay X, discard a card, look at the top X cards of your library. You may put a creature card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest onto the bottom of your library in a random order. So, play it on turn 2, we can tap it, say turn 4. What are we getting for 4 mana? Well, honestly, a lot. God Eternals are 5 mana, but we could get a Goreclaw out, which could help us get to a God Eternal. So I think a Vivian's Arcbow does find its way into this deck. What? I spelled Vivian wrong? Oh, yep. Creatures have such weird names. Vivian of the Arcbow? No, that's not it. It's Vivian's Arcbow. we want to play 2 copies? Maybe just 1? Tell you what we can do. We can go down 1 on our Rhythm of the Wild. We can play 2 copies of the Arc Bow. What else did we add in? How are we at 61? What am I not understanding here? Oh, only minus one card. Right. Let's cut down a copy of Incubation Druid. Okay, so that should still be fun. And we'll call this God Eternal Nikia. That works. So at least we're going to have like a whole stack of decks come Tuesday for the pre-release event to try out, right? That's already what? 7 decks? That's crazy. At least I'm ready though. We should have plenty of stuff to play for plenty of time. So I think now we are just going to hop in and do some draft. I'm kind of feeling like some draft. And it's what, 2:35 now, so let's hide our display capture just back to regular old Magic viewing. Wonderful. So yeah, I gotta say I'm pretty happy with the decks we've managed to muster up thus far. It seemed very fun. We got what, 1, 2, 3 that are serious. We have 4 that are janky, which sounds about right for my my taste. So yeah, let's go and hop into a ranked draft. Guilds of Ravnica style. See Lava Cool, I kind of just want to take it, right? It's so strong. Mission Briefing is okay, but like I don't want to first pick it, so Deadly Visit's okay for some removal. I think we just go with Lava Cool. There's no real bombs here. So Lava Cool for a turn 1 pick it is. Could just go with Luminous Bonds. It is some more removal. Night Veil Sprite could be okay as well. We could go for like a Grixis style deck. And we have Goblin Banneret, which isn't bad considering he has the pump. Yeah, probably not taking Luminous Bonds here. So it's either Night Veil Sprite or the Goblin Banneret, I think. Let's go with the Goblin Banneret. Bladecrafter is some good removal. We could go for like a Rakdos style deck. Not that I think this set is exactly geared towards Rakdos. We definitely would be playing against the grain. Boros is still very likely. I kind of do like Sworn Companions. And we Dragonauts isn't bad. I think, is it as more open or Boros, though, is the question. Let's go with the Wee Dragonauts. It is a higher value than any of the Boros stuff there, so could turn out to be okay. Piston Fist Cyclops could be alright. Not really feeling the Selective Snare. Although if we run into a Selesnya deck, could be excellent, right? Yeah, let's try out Selective Snare. Well, there's Garrison Sergeant. That would have been a nice pickup for Boros. go with the Muse Drake here, I think. I don't really like invert invent, but we can try it out. I think we do take leapfrog here. Human rogue whisper agent isn't bad. Does have flash. Dex costs 1 and 2 blue though. We can try it. I do think we want to be taking Sure Strike, as it works excellent with things like our wee Dragonaut. I think we'll just take a Locket here. Gravitic Punch could be good, depending on what else we draw out. Take Heart's gonna go to the bin. Wild Ceratok to the bin. Locket to the bin. Worry Okapai to the bin. Oh no, you're not sticking through there. Oh, March of the Multitudes. Maybe we change our whole draft right here. I mean, those aren't terrible Selesnya cards right there. Let's take it and we'll see. Venerated Loxodon? Yeah, I think we just need to swap and go Selesnya. I hate to do it halfway through the draft, but how could I say no to cards like that, right? Those are just some really fucking good cards. Okay, so if we're going Selesnya, we're gonna need all kinds of things. Okapai is our lowest creature right now. Let's get Flight of the Equinox. And there's a Swiftblade too. What are y'all doing to me? Come on, Magic. Play fairly. Alright, so maybe we can form a Naya deck somewhere with all these cards we have. Candlelight Vigil? Alright, whatever. I think I know the idea of the kind of deck I'm going for now, at least, but man, is it a scary one. I think we kind of need the Guild Gate if we're going to be making this work. If we're going to have a chance to make this work at least. And an Urban Utopia isn't bad. Neither is a Locket though. We already have a Locket, don't we? Yeah, we do. Hammer Dropper's not bad. I think let's go with Urban Utopia to make sure we can hit everything though. Iron Shell Beetle is probably the pickup here. We need some more cheap cards, some more cheap creatures. Positive Reflection, not really where I want to be. 10th District Guard isn't terrible. We can take a Boros Locket here, try to fix some of our mana. Could take a Torch Courier, help us along. Loxodon Restore, Somalia Shaper. Alright, because all of our sideboards aren't going to be out here. Alright, well let's throw that. That on the sideboard. Now let's put all of our cards that we actually do want to play up here so we can get a better read for everything. Boros Locket, Selesnya Locket, Candlelight. Probably won't be playing the Gravitic Punch, Venerated Loxodon, Flight, March, and Boros Gate. Okay, so now let's look at our curve. That's not a bad curve. Granted, no, not that. No, not that. This is more over here, because we'll be casting it for a random amount, but that's not a bad curve. And we have room for a 4-drop with Somalia, so. Oh, you're going in the sideboard. Crushing Canopy is not bad, especially since we don't have too many flyers, really. So yeah, let's go with Crushing Canopy here. Book Devour. I don't think we're going to be playing it, but I guess we can keep it in the main board for now. Unmoored Ego, really not where you want to be at in draft. Goblin Cratermaker is good. And I actually think Goblin Cratermaker is what we go with here. Rebel Boar could be okay, but oh. Bounty of Might. Ugh. 6 mana for it is the only thing that I'm like, do I really want to be trying to play that card? Circuitous Root could definitely help us. Right? Could help us level out this atrocious deck we have. I'm sure not even still what our win con is. I guess we're just going for a really big march because I took it like a fool. Hammer Dropper's not bad. There's another Urban Utopia. Wojak Bodyguard isn't bad, honestly. Fuck it. Let's have fun today. Let's go big. There's a 1,000-Year Storm. You know what? I could have kept playing my my Izzet deck. Oh well. Too little, too late. Hunted Witness or Healer's Hawk? That is an interesting question, and I think in this game mode we're gonna go with Healer's Hawk. I just think it's better. So we will be picking up a Sworn Companions. And now look at this, we're getting all the Izzet cards. It's like, look, this is what you missed. This is what you should have, could have, and would have had. Kind of like the World Soul, but I kind of like another copy of Sworns, and another Guildgate's never bad, so we'll just go with the World Soul. Flower Flourish is excellent. I think we will be taking it. Probably just take the Guildgate here. Kind of deck are we looking at? So Book Devour is probably not getting played, let's be real. Sure Strike, probably not. I don't know if Torch Courier will or not. We're still gonna have to cut some of these cards that we already have. So what are we really looking for to help us round out our deck? I guess just more worthy creatures. And some more removal. Some more removal is never bad. I guess we can take a Take Heart. It could work well with the Healer's Hawk or the Swift Blade, right? Could work very well with them. I don't know if another Locket is really where I want to be at, but it might be where I'm at. Or tell you what, we could take a Hitchclaw Recluse. Does give us another creature that's fairly stable. Circuitous Root would help us fix our mana for anything that we might be missing. Or we just play another Urban Utopia. What are our 4-drops right now? We're kind of lacking in 4-drops, so Circuitous Root could help. I don't think whatever we pick here is going to get played. Again, don't think it's going to get played, but we'll still stick to the color scheme at least. Hitchclaw, another copy of Hitchclaw could get played, and Vicious Rumors. Okay, so we got 20 gems. Somewhere along the way I picked up a card I already had 4 copies of. Okay, so let's sort this madness out. We have a fuck ton of 3-drops. Fearless Halberder. Probably drop out one of the Hitchclaw Recluses. How many creatures do we have down here? Decent many. We have a lot of 4-drop creatures as well, so let's drop the Ledev Guardian. And the Wild Ceratox, I think. And we can probably afford to drop a plane, or a forest, I mean. Well, maybe not, because we do have a double forest right there. Okay, maybe we drop a mountain. Maybe we drop a mountain and forest. I don't know. We have 2 more cards to drop out. Maybe we do drop out the Halberder. And maybe the 10th District Guard, honestly. Yeah, that's not a bad deck. We do still have the Lava Coil for some removal. Seems a bit shaky. We'll see though. Oh no, that is definitely not the card I want for our art. Let's put the card of choice. The whole reason we ended up here, up there. If that makes any sense. So yeah, do a little bit of draft. We went through and did all of the deck creating in the beginning of the stream, and like the whole first hour, I think it was. Yeah, whole first hour we did deck creating, and then this past 30 minutes we've been doing draft for any of those of you that are just now joining us. Whoops. Where am I at? There I am. Sorry, I'd lost track of which tab I was on. So, not a bad hand to start out with. We have enough mana to get us to the locket. Should be fun. Look at that, our pump effect already coming into play. Oh, and no removal. That's kind of unexpected there. Okay, so we'll still be, what, one... Oh. Alrighty, well that was a very, very short game 1. Moving on up in the draft ladder. Alrighty. Well, let's move on to a game 2. Mikachu. Okay, kind of like Pikachu, but with an M. I can dig it. It's a little bit shaky. And by a little bit, I mean a whole lot of it. But sure. Lava Coil is really nice. I think we are going to go ahead and get down the Iron Shell Beetle, and we'll just target itself, so we at least get a 2/2 down. Bernati Shieldmate. Do we really want to Lava Coil a Shieldmate? I don't think so. actually don't think we want to be doing anything this turn. We'll have enough mana for our March come next turn, but we certainly don't want to play it yet, so might just play our World Soul Colossus for 3/3. Blade Instructor. Yeah, we could probably Lava Cool the Blade Instructor. Or we could use Take Heart with Iron Shell, kill the Blade Instructor. Then we're still going to have a 3/3 for Naughty Shieldmate on our asses. It's just Lava Cool the Blade Instructor. And we'll leave it at that. So what? We can get out 2 creatures with March of the Multitudes, which isn't very big. Well, that's actually kind of nice because now we can just block with our Iron Shell Beetle and use Take Heart. Sure, we don't gain the life, but we're getting rid of their vigilance creatures, so that's fun. Do we really want to play Venerated Loxodon and just plus up the Iron Shell Beetle? Or do we want to go ahead and throw down the World Soul Colossus for 3? Next turn we can Venerated Loxodon. I'm trying to build up our mana base a little bit, so whenever we do throw down March, well, we probably want to do March before Venerated, right? Okay, so they still can't attack him. That's excellent. Almost have enough for Bounty of Might. Yeah, I think we go ahead and play the Venerated. We do have a bigger... okay. Just gonna destroy our Venerated and swing in. Sure, sure. Still need another forest to cast down Bounty of Mighty. We could get down, what, 5 creatures with March? Yeah, let's go ahead. We can't wait all day to cast it. And a 5 March isn't terrible. And hopefully we can either draw out a forest or something else playable. But a forest would give us our Bounty of Might proc ability. Wojak Bodyguard is kind of annoying. Ooh, just what we needed. Do we wait for them to swing in? I don't think so. I think we want to swing in with everything. Alrighty, so there's 2 units dead. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me and my yawning. Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and throw down Bounty of Mighty. Boom, boom. Do we want to lose the 1 and just deal extra damage to their face? I think so. Excellent. So, definitely shifted the tides of battle there. Pretty much just wiped their board. Oh, and another Collar of the Culprit. Okay, so they can heal up for 1 more, so they're basically at 12. Creatures we control get +2/+2. Is that a win? We have 5 creatures? If not, it's damn near close. So let's go ahead and flourish. Flourish all of our units and then swing in. Because that's a whole lot of 3/3s. Yeah. Okay, so game 2 being picked up as well. So maybe maybe we drafted ourselves a little bit better of a deck than I had originally given ourselves credit for. So we are up to 2-0. Awesome. Hey there, what's up, Soul Eater? You missed all the beginning where we went through the deck crafting. We ended up crafting Selesnya proliferate and a God Eternal Nikia deck, and then I showcased the Feather the Redeemed deck that I've been working on and a Tezzeret Master of Treasure Tokens deck. So, but it is good to have you out. Nice to have you pop up in chat. Yeah, let's go ahead and play another one. Let's try and get up to that 3-0. If at all possible. Running a Naya March of the Multitudes, very strange kind of deck. So maybe it'll play out. Also, I need to keep an eye on the time. It's 3 o'clock now. Okay, so I got another like 30 minutes to stream, because it is Easter Sunday, so I still want to celebrate the holidays as well. Hired Poisoner. Well, thankfully we have a Vindicator, which can actually deal with the Poisoner very, very easily. But do we play the Vindicator yet? I think we wait, honestly. Let's just play the Goblin Crater Maker. Let's test the waters. You know, see what we're dealing with. And taking an extra point of damage for me to test and see if they have any bit of removal. Perfectly fine by me. Let's see. Another Death Touch, this time Pitiless Gorgon. There's our March again, which is nice. One more land, we have Circuitous, which means we can really ramp. How much does this? It costs 1. So we can get down our Swift Blade and... yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and get down Swiftblade. Yep, that's what I was hoping to avoid. I really would have liked to have enough mana to play Swiftblade and have Take Heart down as well, but that's not going to be able to happen. So we will block like that, and then we're going to sacrifice Goblin Crater Maker. Yes, and kill the Pitiless Gorgon. So we'll take another point of damage, but or no, we won't. I'm sorry. We literally just blocked right before that. So sure, let's go ahead and Circuitous. Let's get a whole lot of lands down. So we'll be up to what, 7 come next turn. And we might as well go ahead and get the Guild Gate down. I don't think we need double red for anything. We have another forest in hand. I mean, I guess we could get some red source down just in case. So yeah, we'll be up to 7 mana, which can give us a 5/5 World Soul. Granted, the World Soul still dies to their higher Poisoner. Can Vraska just kill my World Soul? Or since I'm throwing it down as a 5/5, will it be for a higher converted mana cost? I don't know. We'll see. I could also just throw down a 4 on the March. I think I'd rather have a 5 World Soul. They got a fucking Vraska. That's so clutch. I don't know why I can never find Planeswalkers in... They can? Come on! I paid fucking 5 mana for it. Oh, you asshole. What is that? 5/6. We could throw down a 6 March. Not right now, but come next turn. Yeah, 6 March of the Multitude could be enough to do it for us. Their Veraskas, I definitely don't want them to take off with Veraska, right? I'm looking forward to proliferate. Yeah, me as well. Me as well. We could just sacrifice the Boros Locket here and get some card draw, but I'm kind of fine with just keeping it for my March fuel come next turn. They threw down a 3/3 Rozomi Lurcher. Oh, we got a Lava Cool. How many can we play? 6? We can put 6 creatures down. If we don't do something about the Veraskas soon, they're just going to get it all the way up to the 9, right? But that's still 2-3 turns away. Alright, whatever. I think this is the safer play. Oh, son of a bitch. We should have done it on their turn, so we could have surprised and killed their Hired Poisoner at least. Oh, they're actually sacrificing a land here. Burglar Rat. Take Heart could be really good, but I think we want the Lava Cool more. Okay, so let's go ahead and Lava Cool the Lurcher. And sure, let's go all in on their Veraska. Okay, pretty much how I figured that would go. Okay, so if we tap out our Locket to draw cards, we can't play our Sworn Companions, and honestly I'd rather get a big board state down. This way we know for sure Vraska's dying on this next turn, even if the, well, unless they play 2 creatures, but let's hope they don't. Dowser of Lights. Okay, no, so their Vraska's dying here. Alright, well then let's go ahead and all attack the Veraska. And actually, we probably could have done this earlier. Healer's Hawk and a Torch Courier. So yeah, Torch Courier could have at least swung in for a little bit more damage. Either way, we'll get down to 2 more creatures. So we're just sort of going wide on them. Why would they not attack? I have 0 cards in hand. Sure. I still don't understand why they wouldn't attack, though. Ooh, that's spicy. Alright, well, let's just all in then, right? It doesn't win us the game, but it can certainly deal with their Dowser of Lights. Do we want to, or do we want to put 9? We're already doing 5 plus 9 is 13 damage. They'll be down to 10. I think we do want to kill their Dowser of Lights, though. Gonna use a Necrotic Wound. Okay, well at least we got it out of there. We'll still get in for a lot of damage, get a lot of life link in. Yeah, we're up to 36, so not too worried about the backswing. Venerated Loxodon, just when you thought you couldn't draw any more cards you really wanted to see. Can Can I pay the one last soldier for this card? Alright, so we're looking pretty good now. Who plays more than one copy of Prey Upon in their deck? Come on. Well, they did have a whole lot of Death Touch creatures, so I guess it makes sense. Do we just attack in with everything and just start losing units trying to kill them? I mean, I think so. So yeah, we'll just all attack. They'll kill one. We'll deal 8. They're down to 7. Can we deal 7? I think we can deal 7 next turn, actually, because they kill 1. That's still 6 from the soldiers, plus 1 from the Hitch Claw. That's lethal on board now, come next turn. So, unknown queued. Hopefully we can get them. Unless they have, you know, I don't know. Another... Oh! Yeah, you can't afford to attack. We will all attack again just to try and make the victory that more assured. Now they're down to 2 life, right? We have a whole lot of creatures we can attack with come next turn. As long as they didn't draw a finality, which would be fucking terrible for us. Oh my god, they did it. Oh no, Siege Worm. Okay, so we still win. GG. Awesome. Awesome sauce. So we got up to 3-0 with this quirky Naya deck. Feels good. 56 health ending the game with. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're almost already up to silver tier 1 and then gold for draft, so that's not bad. Charging Monster Source, sure. So I guess I'll go back over the deck real quick for those of you that missed that missed the drafting phase. Basically, I started out with what card did I start out with? Oh, Lava Cool. Lava Cool was my first pick, and I started going towards like like an Is It spell sort of deck. I think I went pretty much through the whole first pack wanting Is It, and then pack 2 I opened it and got March of the Multitudes for my first pick. So I was like, yeah, you know, changes happen. Oh, nonetheless, what is it? It's 3:12 now. We could play one more game. Oh wait, I still have a pack to go open. Be sure to open this or y'all will get mad. The Sky Guard's okay. Not really a huge fan of Repudiate and Replicate, but it is what it is. And then of course we got this coming out on the 25th. So yeah, I think that might actually just do it for this stream. I've been having a whole lot of fun, but it is Easter and I kind of want to go celebrate and spend time with my girlfriend. So I think I'm going to call it here. Thanks everybody for coming out and supporting the stream. Those of you that would like to see the decks that we crafted up today, I will... Well, I was going to try and put a link to my profile. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's going to be a link to my Aether Hub profile if y'all would like to go over there and look at the decks we have crafted up thus far for War of the Spark. By all means. But that is going to do it for me for today, for right now. So thanks everybody for watching. Just realized that lighting glare made me look really probably funny for the whole part of the stream where I had it open there. Nonetheless, thanks everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow, more than likely. What is tomorrow? Monday? So we have, yeah, Monday and then the event. So yeah, peace.